years ago that was caught on camera. That popular spot blew up 5 years ago, scattering debris all over the place.
Yeah, and this afternoon, 3 arrests in this case, including the former owner of the embattled turkey leg hut. Lynn Price is accused of paying people to send that bar up in flames.
Price and his alleged accomplices appearing in federal court in the last 2 hours. Jason Miles live there with the latest details. Jason.
Hey there, guys. Yeah, I just got word that Lynn Price will be held in federal custody until a detention hearing next Thursday. Meanwhile, 2 alleged accomplices heard charges against them this afternoon before being released pending their next court dates here in federal court. Take a look. Lynn Price's indictment is for conspiracy to commit arson of a commercial building, that bar, and conspiracy to use an interstate facility to commit arson of a vehicle. Now, according to investigators, Price plotted to set fire to Bar 5015, which was owned by another former co-owner of the Turkey Leg Hut. I covered that fire nearly 5 years ago, which resulted in a big explosion, as you mentioned, at the bar out on Alameda Road. The FBI says Lynn Price allegedly recruited and paid co-defendants Armani Williams and John Lee Price, no relation, and others to pour gas in the bar, then set it on fire. In a separate incident, Lynn Price accused of paying John Lee Price and others to set fire to a stolen car. We spoke with John Lee Price's attorney just a short time ago. Here's a little bit of what she had to say.
It's a classic example of being very mindful of the company that you keep. Sometimes the company that you keep can get you in trouble.
Let's get these sponsors out.
This is the one who keeps it moving. He stocks the right parts and knows just where to find them, because this is about more than business.
Owner burnt the place down. What? Let's go, y'all.
John Lee Price is also facing federal charges in an unrelated drug case over in Mississippi, which his attorney did not want to discuss. If convicted, all 3 men face up to 20 years in prison, a $250,000 fine for the arson-related charges back here in Houston. You may recall, and all of us covered stories from time to time, the Turkey Leg Hut was basically the toast of the town at one point, but it permanently closed last December thanks to a court-ordered lease termination. Of course, that followed several lawsuits, a bankruptcy, even health code violations. Reporting live from federal court downtown, Jason Miles, KHOU 11 News.
A once popular Houston restaurant. Good afternoon, I'm Lisa Hernandez.
Adam, Andy Sirota, KPRC2 was the first this afternoon to report indictments against the former owner of the Turkey Leg Hut. Lindell Price was arrested Thursday on multiple charges, accused of paying someone to burn down a business partner's restaurant.
That fire. He was arrested yesterday, a source tells me, during a traffic stop after he left his girlfriend's house in the Katy area. And when they took him into custody, that source says that he was in tears. Take a look at this video we have from that fire that happened back in June of 2020. People nearby say that they felt an explosion when that happened, and surveillance video captured masked men pouring fluids around the bar before it went up in flames. Buildings and homes near that scene also had damage. And according to the federal indictment just unsealed, Lynn Price conspired and paid others to burn the place down. Armani Williams and John Lee Price, who is not related to Lynn, allegedly bought gasoline, gas cans, and face coverings at a truck stop. And then they drove to the bar early in the morning back in June of 2020 and started that fire. 3 minutes after the fire ignited, the indictment alleges that Lynn Price got a call that the arson was complete. He allegedly paid them later that day, and federal prosecutors allege that Lynn Price targeted a former co-owner of the Turkey Leg Hut and his own business partner, all for financial gain. So John Lee Price and Armani Williams have been released on bond this afternoon, but Lynn Price is being held in federal custody. We did see him in the courtroom today. He was handcuffed and shackled. His mother was also in the courtroom. She didn't want to say anything to the cameras as she left later on, but he will be back in federal court next week for a detention hearing that'll determine what happens going forward. He does face up to 25 years in federal prison. And prosecutors say that additional unnamed people have also been charged in this arson, this conspiracy. However, they have not yet been arrested, so they have not yet been identified. We are live downtown this afternoon.
Yo, it's Big Ant, the spokesman, man. We back. Another edition of Urban Politicians TV. UPTV. Make sure you stay on your pivot at all times, man. Had to come tap in, and we back outside H-Town, Texas streets with it once again, pulling up to a few spots in and out of traffic. It's beautiful, lovely Friday outside today, but we had to come spill the real. It's been some news that broke all over the timeline today, Instagram, Twitter, all in the media. Lynn Price, former owner of Turkey Leg Hut, was indicted by the feds yesterday for his alleged involvement in these two arson incidents. And I had a link in the description where you can watch the clips in the beginning in full from KHOU 11 News out of Houston and KPRC 12 News Click to Houston. And these are two channels that I be tapped in, of course, too, because I'm from H-Town. So once I see this come through, it's all over Houston Chronicle. And Houston is reporting this because of the popularity that the turkey leg had at one point in time and with the controversy that went through the last few years. But with this case right here, I'll say innocent until proven guilty in a court of law. He is indicted, does have to go to court next week, but he has not been convicted of these crimes. And I'll say this, I'm somebody who has frequently been to 50-15 throughout the years. Even back then, I think I first started going to 50-15 like 2018. And then I was going even before they closed it down with that arson. I remember that when it came out as news that somebody had burnt it down and stuff. They had released surveillance footage where you could see that in this video as well back then, but they never came out and said who they felt that did it. Then that whole block right there, Turkey Leg Hut was right up the street, been there before. Also, Faces is right there. Exotic Pop got a spot not too far away where they doing their thing yet. This is a multi-million-dollar block. Just keeping y'all informed if you never been here before on Alameda in 3rd Ward. I'm always there. I plan on going to 50-15 this weekend as well. So, seeing this come out right here, I'm going to tell you, the feds involved, to say what you want to say, we're not going to come out here and put on no false information or false allegations or nothing like that. But when they say they got phone calls, the main thing that stood out to me, multiple people involved. So you know, when the feds is coming, somebody is 9 times out of 10 corroborating. They got 2 other people that they have not indicted yet with this case as well. That's going to be 5 total. So anybody that had a play in this going down this way, they most definitely got some information from somebody. The feds is not going to come in with this type of move or this type of accusation and say, we just go take a guess at it. Somebody is most definitely telling them what they want to know, what exactly the plan was, the exact amounts, the exact date, the time the phone calls was made on both the arson with the 50-15 bar and also the arson with that Chevy Nova old school car that they say was stolen that was burnt. And the write-ups say this: former Turkey Leg Hut owner arrested. What we know. Former Turkey Leg Hut owner, 42-year-old Lindell Lynn Price, was taken into custody on 2 charges. 1, conspiracy to commit arson of a commercial building. 2, conspiracy to use an interstate facility to commit arson of a vehicle. 2 other people were also taken into custody. 39-year-old John Lee Price, and they did say they not related, and 27-year-old Armani Williams. Both suspects are also charged with conspiracy to commit arson, and John Price is also charged with conspiracy to commit arson on a vehicle. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office, Lindell Price is accused of conspiring to set fire to bar 50-15, which exploded in June 2020. Price allegedly recruited John Price and Williams, among others, who then poured gasoline on the bar's entrance ramp before igniting the fire. Charges allege that the owner of Bar 50-15 was another former co-owner of the Turkey Leg Hut and Lindell Price's business partner. For the building arson charges, each suspect faces up to 20 years in federal prison and a fine up to $250,000. In addition to that, Lindell and John Price are accused of setting fire to a 1975 Chevy Nova in April 2020. Both are charged with arson to a vehicle, which would add another 5 years to their potential sentencing. And they have this write-up as well on Twitter, and they had that link on Fox to show it right there. You could go look up the rest of the details on the Houston FBI site where they telling you exactly what they got. You heard them say right there what the supplies was bought from. They got all this information because somebody pointed them in a direction and told them where to look. And then you got somebody on the inside telling everything. Feds come, they said up to 25 years for them two because they got the car situation involved. That's a long time, bro. 44 years old, federal time, 25 years, man. That's wicked. Now, I'm going to tell you like this, man. If you did this, you know you did this if you did this. That's if. We not convicting nobody from the cell phone. I can't solve no crimes from here. We hear all these rumors in H-time, but these rumors don't matter no more. I tell y'all, opinions and feelings are good for conversation and entertainment, and they always will be. But the facts are going to be the thing that matter at the end of the day. It ain't about what you know, it's about what you can prove. And it's about what you can prove that you didn't do. You ain't got no alibi. You got him pointing you out, giving the feds the evidence. Nigga, they got the access to do anything they want. So when we see it go down like that, boys, just go ahead and plead out. We just seen Lynn go to the feds before. If you in H-time, we had heard the story, the bounce back, Turkey Leg Hut, one of the prominent spots in the city. But now, with it going down like this right here, this will be a major downfall and one of them ones where it's like, man, y'all couldn't just keep it tight, hold it together. One of the biggest fumbles ever, just keeping it 1,000, because that was a very popping restaurant in the city. You go through mistakes, you go through trials and tribulations. But this right here, you go through wins and losses, business be up and down. From the way it got presented in the news, everybody covering it, this was bad decision making. This is why the Turkey Leg Hut got closed down, and then they had lawsuits and bankruptcy and other fires. It's just a gang of stuff that's just been going on with it. I wouldn't be surprised if somebody came with a documentary at this point. I'd say innocent until proven guilty. I'm not gonna convict nobody, but yeah, this is bad. This is very bad. This ain't what nigga want to go home to think, or you leaving your girl house, as they say, and you just think you finna go to the house and chill, and they arrest you and tell you, come on down here with us, man. Be like that though when you burning stuff down. I'm scared of fire, nigga. I could never. I'm gonna keep it a bad, which I could never burn something down, nigga. Like it ain't in me. But to each his own. I say innocent until proven guilty. We'll see what happened. 50-15 is still going up right now. They rebuilt it, remodeled it. One of the latest spots in the city. I always enjoy myself there. I don't be knowing what be going on behind the scenes with everybody. I know that they were in business together. I had heard that, but everything getting confirmed now through the reports. We'll keep y'all updated on it. More videos, all that. Tell me what y'all think. More coming.
Shout out to Urban Politician. Y'all go over to his channel and go follow him, man. He be dropping some hot content over there. Appreciate y'all sliding through. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe. And until next time, we'll catch y'all after these messages. We'll be right back.